everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joelle Simone Anthony. I'm also known as the Grave Woman, and as always, if this is your first time here, hit the subscription button as well as the notifications bell so that you can be updated anytime I upload new content. I'm so excited because I am here with Kari, Kari the Mortician. And today we're having like a really light conversation, all about dating. But first,
girl talk.
Yes. How are you, Kari? How are things going?
I'm doing well. Hello, everybody. It's been a little hot minute since we've been together.
So it's been like 2 years.
Oh gosh, it's awesome though.
Yeah. And we're here at Worsham Mortuary School, here in Wheeling, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. And we're talking about dating as morticians. We are two newly single gals out in the world.
Yes.
And dating has been kind of an experience. So how's it going for you, Kari? How has dating been? Online dating, dating in person?
I have not started, so I'm recently at the end of the divorce, so I haven't really started dating. I've looked at talking to some people online, but it's a scary world out there. It's a scary world, and it used to be like, I think men engaged a little more, where I feel like I have to do all the initial work, and I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I'm not in the place where I want to like chase anybody, so unless they want to chase after me, I guess, at the moment to talk. So it's not going very far, but us talking about dating, I think back to, pre-marriage and dating and meeting people, which was a little different world back then, but I've done the AOL thing. I did the, however, age, location, and sex, or age, sex, location, or whatever it was, they would always chat on the chat rooms, and so that's
ASL.
ASL, yeah.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you get the dial-up sound, and then how many chat rooms can I go in, and who can I meet, and now it's like, is that a real person? Is that a bot? Are they really who they say they are? And you have to question everything.
Yeah, it's been very interesting for me as well. I mainly date online because I'm more comfortable, at least in my mind, getting to know a person.
Yeah.
Before I invest energy in like seeing them in person and making a non-physical connection. And especially with COVID, you really can't go anywhere other than work or do much else other than go out to eat. But I've just had some, not bad, but it's like either I'm, like you said, the one feeling like I'm pursuing, and I don't like that. I like to be pursued and sought after. I did date a guy recently. He invited me to a Toastmasters meeting, right?
Which is awesome.
It's awesome.
Toastmasters is so great.
Right.
If you don't know what that is, it's like a club, and you work on public speaking. So they help you kind of just hone in on your skills of getting up and talking in front of a group and how to do it well and stuff. So, side note.
Yes, so he invited me to this Toastmasters meeting, and the Toastmastress, I guess that's what she's called, introduced me as an undertaker.
Okay.
And the next day he sent me this message and was like, what term do you prefer? Do you prefer embalmer, funeral director, undertaker? And I'm like, I've never had anyone ask me that before. And he was asking because he took offense to the fact that she called me an undertaker. He said that it was gimmicky and that people use it ignorantly because they don't understand the amount of work that goes into preparing the deceased. And I was like, oh my God, I think I love you.
Like that kudos that he knows the difference between that there are all these terms.
Yes.
And that he wants to stand up for you. I mean, whether it's offensive or not to say the word undertaker, which it's not, but it is an old school term.
Right.
So that's awesome, and you wanted to kind of not fight for your honor, but stand up and make sure the work you do, not just something about you, but like knew the work you do, because most people don't get what we do.
Right.
For work.
He had done like research on why people don't have successful relationships as morticians or with morticians. Like, he really invested energy into getting to know not just me, but about the work that I do. He would ask questions like, are you okay? How do you handle working with the deceased? How do you protect yourself energetically? And I'm like, oh my God, you're so sweet. And even though things didn't really work out, the way I was hoping that they would,
Yeah.
I have so much respect for him. So here's a question: would you ever date a mortician?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I feel like I know everybody that's in my proximity for the most part that are morticians, and I
Okay.
don't know anybody that I would date that lives around or near me that's like in my age bracket, single, anything. Like there's really not opportunity, and I don't want to date somebody that lives, 5 hours away or something, but I wouldn't be opposed to dating somebody who did the work I did. It would have to be the right scenario, right situation. I would have to know kind of their schedule and what their career path and where they, not career path, obviously they're a funeral director, but are they owning a funeral home? Are they hoping to own? Are they wanting to lock themselves into a career till they're 80? Or are they wanting to, move in different directions or whatnot? So I think there's a lot to know about that. I don't know, it's different than just dating other professions.
Yeah.
Just to know the time consumption. We know how much time goes into this job and on call, so
Yeah.
putting two of them together, that's a little more difficult.
I was told in mortuary school by someone that was married that if I wasn't married by the time I started in this industry, I probably would never be. And I thought it was insane when she said it, but I can honestly see why she said that now.
Yeah.
I personally don't want to date a mortician. I mean, I want to date whoever God has for me, right?
Right.
I want to get married and have a family. But I would prefer to I would prefer to do someone. I would prefer to.
We know that.
I would prefer to date someone who does something completely different so that I can get to know and see life through their perspective.
Yeah.
I like techie guys. Like, I like nerds. I like big, like, tall, bigger guys.
Beefy nerds.
Yes. I like the big
That's
boys.
Joelle, Anthony, Simone, and
Yes.
blah, blah.
Right. Phone number? No. But, yeah, I like nerds. I like techie guys. I would love to date someone that maybe my passion and their passion could come together to maybe birth a business or something that we could do together.
Yeah.
But who knows? I may end up with an accountant. Who knows?
You never know.
I really want to date someone who's as passionate about what they do as I am about what I do. I think
But
that's
not too much.
not
That
too
is
much in
their
balance.
priority. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's true. What kind of guys does Kari like?
I feel like I'm on the dating game. Well, Joelle, I like taller,
Okay.
gentle, but yet really protective, and where not they're gonna go punch somebody in the face all the time, but I want somebody who I also feel protected by.
Yes.
Not too weenie. Can I say weenie? Not too weenie.
Okay.
I don't know. Fun, willing to try new things, have open mind. I think if you date a funeral director, you need to have an open mind.
Yes.
You don't have to get my job completely because there's a million jobs I wouldn't want to do, but I don't know. I have typically, physically, always liked dark hair, light eyes. I've never had even really a crush on somebody who was blonde. Sorry, blonde people. Or really brown eyes. And I don't know why. It's just odd to me. But always dark hair, blue eyes. I don't know.
Would you date outside of your race?
I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
I never have, but I would.
I think I would too. But if I dated a white guy, he'd have to have some type of swag.
Swag?
Yeah, he would have to have like just a little pinch of swag. I couldn't just do like a farmer, I don't think. Unless he was a swaggy farmer,
How can you be a swaggy farmer?
I don't know, but it may exist. I don't know. So we had an interesting conversation about conversations that black women have had with you.
Oh, yeah.
About dating outside of your race. Are you comfortable sharing that?
Sure, why
Okay.
not? So back in college, I had a black woman tell me that I should not date somebody who is black because I would then be taking from the black women one of their men, and that I should stay in my lane. And I never had thought about it really much again until the other night. You click heart or an X, and I'm looking through, and all of a sudden I was like, should I even be looking, or is that which I know that's very archaic and not the norm. And so I texted Joelle, or we talked on the phone or something the next day, and I was like, okay, I'm totally just going to ask you this, but can I date a black man? She's like, what are you talking about? So it was interesting that some of that is there, and things get planted, and you never realize that they're planted, and they're soft-based, but it's the same way with our funeral profession, and you're told something when you're younger by somebody, and it's not correct knowledge, and then it comes back around, and
and I don't want to say that I agree with what she said, because I don't. I think you have the right to date and see and live life and fall in love and be happy with, have children with whoever it is that makes you happy, and that, you know, you provide that same happiness for them. But I also have heard similar things about white men.
Oh, yeah.
That maybe if I were to date a white man, I would be a token. Or, I would be dating, or he would be dating me because he wanted his children to have an ethnic look or something like that. And I don't necessarily let that BS get in my head.
Yeah.
But I don't know I don't know that there should be rules about dating.
It's 2021. Come on, yeah. Like
so,
back in 1950s.
Maybe.
Different.
Yeah.
You know, but.
However, living in the South, I do have friends that date cross-culturally and cross-ethnically. And for them, their number one concern is safety.
Oh, for
because, I mean, I live in Georgia, let's be honest, there's still tons of racially motivated crimes there and throughout the rest of the United States. But that just breaks my heart that someone said that to you. But yeah, if you fall in love with a black man, I support you. I won't feel like you're taking anything away from me.
So our new hashtag date the grave woman, hashtag date Kari the Mortician. Not really, but
would you ever date a subscriber, Kari, if somebody reached out to you and
I wouldn't be opposed. I'm not just gonna come meet some random person, which I wouldn't do regularly.
Anyway,
but I think I'm not going to say no. I don't think you should ever just say no. Blanketly. Like, if you said, okay, would you date this specific subscriber? No. But, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna just discount any of that for potential. Who knows?
Okay. Last question.
Yeah.
I recently listened to a podcast on the art of manliness, or from the art of manliness, and they had a psychologist on there that was talking about how, especially with online dating, most of our choice is based on the way the person looks first, which is true, and I think it's the same even offline, but definitely online.
Oh, for sure.
However, by doing that, we may be sacrificing the potential to really make a connection with someone that we could have a long-term, fulfilling, happy relationship with because they aren't physically appealing to us. Would you sacrifice looks for character, passion, great sex, maybe? I don't know. Like, are you willing to sacrifice looks for the other part, or does it have to be the total package for you?
Like, I feel like there's got to be a total package, and the person is going to be attractive, whether they are societal maybe attractive, because I don't know that you can be happy if every day when you're looking at someone you're like, but they're a nice person. You know, you're going to click on both sides, but it may not be the person that initially might fit all of your check boxes visually. Like, sure, a short, blonde-haired, brown-eyed guy might come along, and I think he's so amazing and very attractive to me because of who he is and everything, and it works. But I don't think you can discount a lot. So I don't think you have to give up something to get the other. But I think there has to be attraction physically somehow. It just may not be how you thought attraction would look.
Right.
I don't know. I think things evolve and you change over time to what is important and what you need. And we're all eventually saggy, wrinkly bodies that, you know.
And we know that better than anybody else.
Yes, because we see
everything.
We see everybody naked when the day comes that you die. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This was a great and fun conversation. let us know what you think. If you are a mortician or funeral director and you're in the dating world, we love to know your experience, and maybe we need to come up with some type of matchmaking service.
There is a funeral director. It's like dying to date, or I'll have to look. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still active, but there used to be a dating service for funeral directors.
I'd love to know if anybody used it and really did fall in love and stuff. There was 2 people in one of my like Facebook groups that met and were dating for a while, and I don't know whatever happened there. You just never know.
You never know. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Live life, love hard, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye, guys.
That was great.